Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the Scraptastic kit. I'm showing you, I printed some of my pictures on my new LG Pocket Photo Printer, and I have a video that's showcasing that printer just a few videos back. Now I'm going to show you the scraps of pattern paper, which ones I'm going to use, and I'm going to use a cardstock as a background, and this paint here was a free gift if you bought 2 Scraptastic gifts or kits in a row. And I'm going to use that Crafter's Workshop template. I'm going to use the dauber directly on the template, and it's just going to make a big mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe off the template and I'm going to flip my page over. I kind of tested the paint on the backside, but it was just a little bit and it was less of a mess than what that did. You can't even tell it's writing. This is the 14th layout using this kit, and it took me 46 minutes to complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that dauber, transfer it to a sponge, and then I'm going to use it on the template, and it works much better. You can actually see the writing on the on the layout. And I'm going to do it in 3 spots. And the reason that I wanted writing on the background is because the pictures this time is, again, my son is in a tree, and I did a recent layout saying how much he loved to spend time in a tree, but the story is not about that. That's when he was in grade 1, and then the pictures were actually when in 2010, so 4 years later, he was published. And he entered a contest, or his teacher entered a contest with one of his little writings that he did. And he made it into sort of the finals, and all the ones that made it into the finals, they were printed in this book, and it's a contest that is throughout Canada. So the title of this layout is The Making of a Writer. And the reason that I did that, I will explain in a little bit. So I mounted the photos on navy cardstock, and then there was pattern paper that sort of had writing on it, but it was more about Valentine's. But I figured if I only showed a little bit of it, then it wouldn't matter, because then you would only see the writing, not exactly what it said. And then again, the paper airplanes, because it was, about writing, and I just wanted to use the paper airplane pattern paper. Now I'm going to work on the title, and I'm going to write out the word writer with these letters, these stickers that came in the kit, but I just didn't like how they look, so I'm just going to kibosh that and go with something else. And then I'm going to take a marker and outline all the papers. And so while I'm looking for letters to do my title, I'm going to use some October Afternoon letters. These ones right there that I got in my last haul, and then some that I got a few months ago. So while I'm doing that, I'll just explain like the photos and the reason for the making of a writer. When my son is born in October, and in New Brunswick, if you're born before January 1st, you get to start school a whole year earlier. Well, he's born at the end of October. So when he started school, he was only 4 years old. Anyway, in grade 1, where he was only going to be turning 6, a lot of the kids were turning 7 in January. So he was a whole year behind. And the teachers said, he's not saying his TH, and we want him to do speech therapy. And I was like, well, he is a whole year younger than the other kids, so do you think we really should do that? And she felt like we needed to do it, so we did. And it was a ton of work. Like, they just sent stuff home, like it was big stacks of stuff that we had to do, which we thought it was for a week. It was actually for a month, but we were doing that whole stack in a week. So the next week she sent us more, because she thought, okay. So anyway, we did that for 3 or 4 months, and then I went for a teacher meeting, and she was like, wow, the speech therapist is really impressed with you guys. You're doing all that everything that she sends you. And I'm like, we're not supposed to. And she's like, well, that stack she gives you was supposed to last for a month, and you guys are getting it done in a week. And I was like, oh, well, we thought it had to be done in a week. So that poor child was at the kitchen table, and I mean, he quickly became a good little reader. So then by grade 2, by focusing so much on the TH, then he developed a problem where everywhere there was an S, he was doing the TH. So then we had to do speech therapy again to fix that. And then they put him in a special reading program because they said he was a perfect candidate, because they knew that we would do the work for them with him, and that they wanted to see if you put X amount of time on a child, how much better of a reader they could become. Anyway, by the end of grade 2, I mean, he was being tested in that special program. He was reading at a level of grade 6, which in the end, it ended up being his benefit, because reading to him has never been an issue. And because when you read so much, then writing becomes easier for you, because you're so used to seeing it well written that it becomes second nature to you. So then he started writing in class. And I think I've mentioned that before, that in class the teachers would let him write or doodle. And so he used to write stories in class, like huge stories. And the kids would, wait. He would get the other kids to read it, and they would wait for chapter 2 and all that stuff. They would keep asking him, are you done the second chapter for that? And so at this point, I just outlined all the photos, and then I'm going to put a glassine bag to the back of the layout, and that's where I'm going to do the journaling, because it's quite a long story, because it starts in 2006, and then it ends in 2010, where the teacher entered the contest for him, and he made it to the finals and was published in the book. So I'm going to put it on that project life card, and I'm just going to cut it down so it fits into the envelope. And I know the back side is yellow, but I don't mind. I'll just do the journaling front and back, and then I'll just stick it in there. So like I said, the title is going to be The Making of a Writer. And this is the third time I've done the voiceover, and it had really nothing to do with my computer giving me issues or anything like that. I think I was just so tired. My grandson was here all weekend, and he's cutting teeth. So every night he would wake up 3 to 5 times a night, and he was in so much pain. Oh my goodness, you could just tell. And so we were up quite a few times throughout the night, and so my brain, I'm not used to that. Being woken up, I'm used to staying up all night, but then you're staying up all night. It's not this going to sleep for a little bit and getting up, going to sleep, getting up, and then you're up all the next day. So all the recordings I did, just, I don't know, I listened to them, and it was like, it just doesn't make sense. So I just deleted them, and I'm doing it again. This is Monday, and last night I had a pretty good night's sleep, so I'm hoping this is going to be better. So I'm digging through my die cuts and chipboard elements that came in this month's kit, and I absolutely love the amount of stuff that we got in the kit. I barely have to dig into my stuff to supplement. And I use that die cut that says around the kitchen table, because we spent so many nights around that kitchen table. It was unbelievable. And I mean, he did pretty good for the amount of stuff that we had to do. And of course, the more he did it, then the faster he got through the homework, because his reading abilities got better. And then we kind of did a point system for him, that he got rewards if he got so much done, and because we had to. I mean, the poor kid, he had so much to do. And then the other chipboard, or the chipboard element says the daily grind because it was a daily grind. It felt like it was just grinding, you know. And then the top little flag says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we did homework probably more on the weekends to try to get through those sheets that we had to do. And then the other one at the very top left is going to be, it's a little typewriter, so I thought it was perfect, you know, the little writer. So he's not sure if, I mean, when you ask kids, what do you want to do when you get older? He loves gaming, and he loves to go on the computer and, you know, create his own games and stuff. But also he loves to draw, and I think in the next few layouts, in the next week or so, I'll do a layout of one of his drawings. He loves to draw, and he loves to write. So I told him, I said, you know, gaming, you know, you can do the anime part of it, and you can even write the instructions. So it's all good, you know. You'll be a well-rounded gamer builder, if it's not even the saying. So here are a few close-ups. All I added was some stamping from my new stamp set from Technique Tuesday, some mist and some twine, and that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.